Welcome to Unburrowed, where we ask Evil Genius's professional StarCraft players your unconventional questions. First question. If you could be the best in the world at something non-gaming related, what would it be?
I think I'd actually have to pick Jiu-Jitsu fighter over even MMA. I love Jiu-Jitsu, so yeah, probably best Jiu-Jitsu fighter.
Then what? Like, once you're the best Jiu-Jitsu fighter in the world, do you just go around fighting?
No, just win every tournament in Brazil. It'd be amazing.
Cool.
So now Bryce picked that one. I picked Jiu-Jitsu fighter too, but because mine's second, I would just go to all the same turns that he does, just beat him every time.
I'd just take second like consistently and be like, why couldn't I have waited until after jab?
What about you, Chris?
Mine would be like the first instinct was like sex, and then the second
That's
instinct,
what I was thinking.
right?
Yeah.
Second instinct would be like a sniper or something.
Yeah. Okay,
This is
Isaac.
what we should Chris on.
I was thinking the same thing as Chris's first one, but then I don't know, man. I think it'd be sick just to be like crazy good at just like you could do any voice ever.
Ooh.
I think that could be pretty cool. Like one of the insane voice actors, you could just do like any voice. You could just mess with people, and I don't know. I think it'd be pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
Chip's already kind of like that.
Yeah.
You got quite a few voices.
What were your favorite video games that you played when you were kids? And this is from Matt Mills on Twitter.
GoldenEye,
Of
Mario
course.
Party, Mario Kart. I think those are like the big ones, and then like besides that, maybe some sports games and stuff. But yeah, Mario Kart, Mario Party, and GoldenEye. I had so much fun with those.
Did you play a lot of games as a kid?
Just with friends, like not like I didn't like sit in all day and stuff, but we'd go out and we'd play like baseball or whatever, and just kind of like all the kids from the neighborhood would all come back to one person's house or the other, and we'd all end up playing like 4-player GoldenEye and stuff like for hours at night, like as soon as it got dark. Yeah.
Sounds a lot like my childhood.
Yeah.
We played like Ken Griffey Presents Major League Baseball. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that was sick.
GoldenEye, Mario 64. We like the SNES, Mario Kart as well, but I prefer 64, I think. And then we played a lot of, obviously StarCraft, like even 56K dial modem we would play, and the parents would come down and yell at us and tell us to go outside and play tennis or something like that. And we'd be like, for how long? We'd be like 2 hours. We'd be like, set our watches. We'll be back.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
played Killer Instinct.
That was
sick.
sick.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct was good.
What character did you play?
Fulgor. And the skeleton guy, I can't remember what his name is.
Skeletor, I think, or something
Probably
like that.
something,
Yeah.
Skeletor.
Perfect Dark was pretty fun too.
Perfect
Yeah.
Dark was cool.
Yeah.
That's
I like that you could put bots in that.
Yeah.
Turok multiplayer was actually
that
really
was good.
fun.
Turok
was good,
Freaking
yeah.
Cerebral Bore, man, it's the coolest gun ever made in video game history. You can tell I played a lot of games. Actually, I'm not even done.
Did you guys play mostly console or PC games when you were younger?
I only played RTS on the computer. Like other than that, I played some 1.6 with friends, like at LANs and stuff, but it was mostly console.
Yeah, I didn't even have a console till I was like 15, so I was always on the PC. I played games out of DOS, like Captain Comic, Commander Keen. We used to play Day of the Tentacle.
Did you ever play Treasure Island?
Vaguely remember that one.
Or no, Treasure Mountain. Treasure
Yeah.
Mountain.
When I was like 4, actually, it was when I started playing video games. I remember playing the original like Super Mario when I was like 4, and then from then on, it was like, hey, you guys played Primal Rage for Sega? I was obsessed with that game.
Throwing cars and buildings and stuff like that.
Wait, no. You're thinking of like Rampage.
I liked
Yeah, I
Rampage.
think of Rampage.
Rampage was
Rampage
fun,
was fun, just like grinding out.
Yeah.
but Primal Rage was like insane, and that's actually
Was that the one you can cut off limbs?
no. It was like one of the. It was made by the same guys who made Mortal Kombat. It was basically like kind of like a dinosaur fighting game, but like not really. Well, no, it's
Boxing
way cooler than
dinosaurs.
this.
It's like
No,
Barney beating the shit out of someone
What was
else.
that game?
No, but basically, yeah, there were like these hero dinosaurs that were basically fighting over the world, and like that's actually one of the few games I've actually spent so much time at and couldn't beat because the end boss was like insane. You had to fight like 4 or 5 guys in a row, or like probably more than that, and I like couldn't ever beat it. So I'm eventually gonna go back and play that. But then other than that, like obviously StarCraft. I played StarCraft for years and years and years and years and years, and then 1.6. But once I got into StarCraft, I never really turned back.
What's the absolute first game you guys ever remember playing?
Mario, original Mario.
First one for me was like
Mario. Yeah.
Pac-Man. There was like I had this like because I didn't have like a Sega or like a Nintendo or an SNES or like any of that stuff. Like we didn't. First console we got was like an N64, and we like had to like rather than I saved up and bought it. And like before that, like I guess we had like we played games at other friends' houses and stuff like that. But yeah, there was like this kind of like restaurant on the corner near our house, and we'd go there for breakfast sometimes. And like the tables, some of the tables were like old arcade games and stuff, and you could play like Pac-Man for a quarter or whatever, and we'd play.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was like Miss Pac-Man or something.
I actually got the original PlayStation right when it came out too, and I got and I got Resident Evil the Director's Cut right when it came out, I think. And then that kind of sort of sparked my love for survival horror.
Yeah.
Kept playing the entire Resident Evil series until it came out on PS2, but yeah.
My grandma had an original Intellivision console, which was like one of the absolute first consoles to ever come out. And so we played Lock and Chase, which is like exactly like Pac-Man, but just kind of a knockoff.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the first game that I ever remember playing. What about you, Chris?
A lot of similar games. Mario Kart being like one of the favorites. I think you guys are like missing out on Super Smash.
Yeah.
I like Conker's Bad Fur Day. I don't know if you guys played that. That was kind of like the naughty game.
Wasn't that
shooter.
like the squirrel or whatever?
Yeah.
It's kind of that badass squirrel thing. Yeah.
It's like if you had no
You could
parental.
fly in a plane.
Yeah, there's bad things happening.
Dude, I like wasn't even allowed to watch Power Rangers. So it's too bad, like,
Really?
What?
Wow.
Another good one was Star Fox. Star Fox.
Star Fox,
N64.
yeah.
I loved it. The dogfight too was so
Yeah.
fun.
Yep.
yeah. Sick.
I think that's all I can remember.
Shaz the Empire I like too.
Mm.
I love that.
Couldn't
Alright.
watch Power Rangers. Oh.
I wasn't allowed either.
Yeah.
My mom thought we'd kill each other if we watched Power
Yeah,
Rangers.
yeah, they're like, you'll do the same thing you see on
Mm-hmm.
TV.
So did my parents. They were right.
Okay, if your future children wanted to get into esports, would you fully support them? And that's from Nicholas Polido on Twitter.
I think like my parents, like I think most people's parents will like most people will say that their parents didn't support them fully at first, and I think that it's good to encourage just like having some balance in your life and everything. Like my parents always forced me to sign up, like you know, even in the summer, like for sports and stuff, and I played sports throughout school, and I think it's good to have some balance. I think if you do only one thing, then you might miss out on some others, and you never know how much fun you can have doing something you don't try. So I think that, you know, if my kid really wanted to go for it, I think I'd support them, but I also wouldn't. I don't think like, you know, at a really young age, let them just do only that and never experience anything else, because I think you can miss out on all that stuff.
Yeah, kind of the same answer. You know, I obviously would follow my kid no matter what he wanted to do, but I'd encourage him to try new things. Definitely.
I think it depends a lot on the age we're talking about. Like
Yeah.
if they're really young, you're gonna be like, okay, go outside, play sports, whatever. But if they're like 17 or 18, like very mature, and they like kind of were good at something, I could see they were good at it, and I could see they could make a future for themselves, then I would support it. But general answer would be no, I think.
I mean, if they like qualified for a tournament or wanted to go downtown and play a tournament or something like that, I would definitely do it. But as far as like, it's kind of similar to Chris. I mean, like if they just were like, I picked up this game and in 2 weeks I'd like to move into a house across the country, I'd be like, you know, let's try some other things. Like I'm not gonna, I wouldn't like fight them tooth and nail about it, but I don't know that I would like pay for the ticket for them to take that kind of a risk. Because I think almost everyone at this table, the way they got into esports is like, they played because they're passionate about it, and then they found out they're pretty good, and things kind of took off from there. Like,
Yeah.
I always get contacted by people who are like, well, I'm silver right now, but, you know, I'm planning on being professional in a year, and it's always like, whoa, like, you know, good luck trying, but I don't...
Keep your job and
Yeah.
go to school.
Don't kill yourself about it, because it's not like that.
Yeah.
Most people just lucked out and fell into it, I think.
Yeah, well, it's like, or you, like, I mean, for me, like, we won some online stuff, right? You start
Yeah.
winning some online stuff, people start noticing, and then you can get invites, or you can get, like the Blizzard tournaments and stuff, like WCS stuff
Yeah.
now. Like, things like that are such a good way to get into it if you actually really do want to go pro, and you can qualify and get a free trip to an event, or like the Complexity Academy thing and things like that, then I think those are the way you should be going about it.
Yeah, just like any other sport, you want to encourage your kid to follow their dreams, but then also have a backup plan, I guess. All right, so here's another one from Twitter from S. Moriak. What is your biggest irrational fear?
Clowns.
Really?
Really?
I don't like clowns. Yeah.
What's so scary about them?
Clowns are
I want to like dress up as a clown.
Clowns are weird, man. Like let's think about it. Okay, like what kind of like a grown ass man like dresses up in like this weird costume, goes to, like, I don't know, little kids' houses and stuff for their birthday parties. I don't know. It seems weird to me. I mean,
Grown men is scared of people that do that.
well, I'm not like it's not like I'd like run away if I saw one or anything, but they just weird me out. I think I don't know. I think it's weird.
Well, it is supposed to be an irrational fear, so you don't have to defend yourself.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
You want to go first?
I don't really have anything.
Dude, okay. For whatever reason, I don't like needles, but I'm not like one of those people who like I go to like get a shot and like you have to like hold me down on a table and like strap me, but like I just do not like it. Like I'll be like watching a movie like The Rock, the scene where Nicolas Cage has to like stab the needle through his chest, and it's like I feel it. I'm like I like cringe and like start like grabbing my chest and stuff. I don't get it. Like needles to me just they're so scary. I don't know why.
All right, Chris, it's down to you.
I
Are you not afraid of anything?
I can't think of anything. No, not really.
Chris is
No.
not.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want
his
to.
whole life.
Too manly.
You
He
should just
walks
observe.
boldly forward towards fear.
Yeah, right?
I just. Yeah. I think Jeff might have something.
Yeah, I have a few. I don't like water. I can't see the bottom of. Like, I'll go like just a couple years ago, I started to go inner tubing and water sports and that kind of thing, and I'll pretend to be okay, but my friends really like to razz me. They're like, "Oh, what's that moving in the water?" So like, come over to pick me up, and I'm like, "Oh, you guys!" But in my head, I'm like, "Son of a."
Get me out. Get me out.
Something there. Like,
It's
even something harmless like a seal would terrify me, just because they're so alien in the water. Like it's not natural for me. I mean, it's absolutely natural, but it seems weird.
My family's huge into water sports, especially my dad. So my dad took Jeff out on a boat, and Jeff had to like man up and be like, "Oh, this is cool." Jump into the river where you can't see the bottom.
My cousins used to like always go like water skiing and stuff like that, and so like my one cousin like couldn't stand seaweed, right? So of course like then they always pull her through like the biggest seaweed patches and stop, so she goes like straight down into it and sinks into it and everything, and she's like freaking out, just like, you know, and then they're just like go, you know, just pull her out, but
That's so great.
yeah, it's true.
I love that.
Yeah.
I don't like ledges either. Like I wouldn't want to go to the
Or
Grand
roller
Canyon.
coasters, yeah.
No,
It's like same type.
that's not really irrational though. Roller coasters are supposed to be terrifying.
No, I don't think so. What? Like
They're supposed to be terrifying.
Okay.
It's just whether or not you enjoy that or not.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
In Canada, we have this thing called CN Tower that's in Toronto. I'm planning to visit, and you
Oh,
can
the
pay
glass
like
floor.
you can pay more money, and go to the top, and then like walk around the edge, and it's like very very skinny, and it's like really high up, obviously. And
Ugh.
Dude, there's on the like in the big area where there's the restaurant and everything, there's literally like it's a plexiglass floor, so you can see straight down like to you know, it's like you're above the clouds and stuff. But the clouds will like part and you can see straight down, and it's like
Cool.
but it's just like one sheet of plexiglass, so it's like you're walking. It feels like you're walking on nothing. Like your stomach just drops when you step on it, and you're just like,
That's awesome.
like, oh, it's like so freaky. Like
I wanna
people,
do that.
you see people walking on it and they're kind of running across, and you're like, oh my god, look at those pussies. And then you go step on it, and you're like, you know, just like jumping across it and stuff. You because your stomach just drops. It's really freaky.
I want to do that. Yeah.
Jeff is
So
just
we're
like,
going
Jeff
after
is just
NSL.
like, you disgust me. Like,
I just would never do it.
At Disneyland, I was trying to be a really nice girlfriend and like take Jeff on nice rides that wouldn't scare him, and I took him on Soarin' over California, which is like simulates hang gliding over California, and I only remembered it being like really peaceful, but Jeff was like plastered against the back of his chair, like, what are you doing? And he thought I did it on purpose.
Yeah,
I didn't though.
it's real.
that did happen.
Thanks for tuning in this time to Unburrowed. Submit your questions at #Unburrowed.